Well, good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for joining us. Dr. Chan, my first time to introduce you today. We're here for a presentation while Dr. Alexander Scott is taking some family time, and our prayers are with her. I'm also joined by Tom McCarthy, Executive Director of the state's COVID response, Rhode Island Department of Education Commissioner Infante Green, and Commerce Secretary Stephen Pryor, who will be here to answer questions. Last night, in his address to the nation, President Biden talked about vaccines being a dose of hope. Well, here in Rhode Island, we have hope. 66% of eligible Rhode Islanders have received at least one dose of vaccine. That's 66%, headed towards that 70% number. 44% of the eligible population is fully vaccinated. More vaccinations were done last week than any other week so far. This week we're getting another 16,000 extra doses. That's allowing us to do walk-ins and such tailored community approaches. We are sixth in the nation for first and second doses, according to the New York Times. And according to the NPR, we're third in the nation on fully vaccinated people 65 and older. This progress, remarkable progress, with the hard work of many, many individuals, has been a great experience for all of us and the efforts that have been put in. And it's to every Rhode Islander who has stepped up to get their shots, I want to say thank you on behalf of the state and the whole team here that's trying to make sure that Rhode Island stays safe and reopens as quickly as we can. So we can't let up now. Summer is around the corner, and let's keep going. Let's keep getting vaccinated. On masking, on Tuesday, we updated our outdoor mask guidance to align with new CDC recommendations. Under the new guidance, fully vaccinated people no longer need to wear masks outdoors, except in crowded venues and settings. Masks are still required for everyone in public indoor spaces. This update will take effect in Rhode Island tomorrow. This is a great example of additional flexibility and quickly responding to the national guidelines that just opened up earlier this week on that masking issue. We can continue to keep this incremental flexibility and continue to move in that way as we get vaccinated. So the fastest way through this pandemic is getting shots in the arms. And I know that it's repetitive, but that's the truth. We are well on our way. I know this because I've seen it. You can cover a lot of ground in Rhode Island in a week, and my team and I have done just that. We've moved into the next phase of vaccine distribution, which is all about meeting people where they are. That means physically bringing shots to Rhode Islanders. Yesterday, I visited Electric Boat's new employee vaccination clinic with the Lieutenant Governor, North Kingstown Town Manager Ralph Marlis, and members of the General Assembly. Thanks to a great partnership with Electric Boat, one of Rhode Island's largest employers, 600 appointments were scheduled, but with walk-ins, more than 650 doses were administered yesterday at Electric Boat. If there are other communities, organizations, groups out there that want to get vaccinated, please contact my office. Businesses, nonprofits, churches, we'll make it happen. And high schools, and it won't stop until we break down every barrier and get a shot in the arm of every Rhode Islander who wants one. This morning, I visited a walk-up vaccination clinic at a community center in Providence. This clinic is one of several local walk-in vaccine clinics. This one particular one was located across the street from a local church that was working to make sure that people knew that the vaccines were available. And with the cooperation of the Rhode Island National Guard and the high-density community, the team is supporting all these efforts. The goal is to provide access to vaccines in communities where access to the internet and transportation are barriers. We are also looking to get local in any place that is out there. Again, I'll put a challenge out to any businesses in our state to do the same thing as Electric Boat has done, and Amgen will do later, early next week, I believe, before the end of next week. This is what Rhode Island is all about. We want to be making sure we're buying local, we're eating local, and get vaccinated locally. And I want to share updates on our vaccination strategies, on state beach reopenings, masking updates, and how we plan to get more people back to work safely. On the vaccination strategy, in addition to partnering with businesses, we're also partnering with local colleges and universities for on-campus clinics to specialized transportation to local clinics. Our colleges and are key players to getting shots in the arms of our young people, and it's instrumental in terms of reopening our universities in the fall. You're going to start to see some, some fun initiatives with the Providence Bruins and get others and others to get vaccinated. We want to find a way to make sure we encourage people and include all our organizations that are in the state that are doing just that. I was just on the phone with Fidelity Leadership, and they are actually making sure that their staff is getting vaccinated. They're going to partner in with Smithfield High School to make that happen. So we're encouraging those partnerships to continue. We're also announcing efforts to get our eligible high school students and their families vaccinated through this, the 16-plus initiative. Some districts will work with their municipalities, pods, and others will choose to vaccinate the schools right on site. I know that North Kingstown is in the queue, as well as Cranston, as well as Cumberland, Go Clippers, as well as the Johnston as well. Finally, booking an appointment and its resources it takes to do that should not be a barrier to get vaccinated. There should be no barrier in the way. No appointment. There will be no appointment and walk-up strategies and opportunities that Tom will talk about, state-run site, Saconaset, as well up to 9 o'clock in the evening in Dunkin' Donuts and then in Middletown. And there are many ways to get vaccinated, so take advantage of that. Good news, we can't think about Rhode Island summer without thinking about our beaches. Thanks to our team at DEM, I'm excited to announce that Rhode Island State beaches will be open as they traditionally have this summer. That means full capacity, masked in crowded areas like concession stands as we start the season. Scarborough, North, Roger Wheeler State beaches will open on the weekend of May 15th, and most state beaches will be fully open on Memorial Day weekend. Unemployment, that's been discussed, and the incentives and the work search for our businesses out there. So as we continue our reopening, it's time to get Rhode Islanders back to work safely. And I've talked to many employers who are having trouble getting staff back in the building. There isn't one solution to this issue, but we're taking input on ways that we can get it off the ground. We've drafted legislation with our partners in the House and Senate that we expect to be heard next week. The proposed legislation would allow Rhode Islanders receiving unemployment insurance and the federal $300 bonus to work more hours, earn more, and keep more while staying connected to the unemployment insurance system. I know this will give a lot of families a sigh of relief, as many are struggling with tough decisions over the last year. We are also going to be reinstating the requirement that individuals receiving unemployment seek work. This requirement was relaxed during the early months of the pandemic. Now, with high vaccine rates and more restrictions being lifted, this is more of a possibility. So stay tuned for that announcement later in May. And in conclusion, there are a lot of great things happening in Rhode Island, and there's many, many people that are responsible for that. So we're moving into that phase 3 of our vaccination efforts. It's kind of the pick and shovel work right now to make sure that we are doing that last bit of farming and getting us across the finish line safely. But don't forget to make your reservations for Mother's Day. Let's support local shopping, eat local on our Mother's Day, and make sure that we're doing everything we can to get everybody back to work and back into school. So let's keep the vaccination effort going, and let's vaccinate the Ocean State.